From the Family Justice Center, Catherine Miles-Kania is CEO and Ava Thomas, Director of Operations. Thanks to both of you for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
We wanted to talk to you today because of what is essentially, I don't know, an elephant in the room, right? Mm-hmm. When you think of O.J. Simpson, you think of the trial of the century, and you think of the domestic violence that led up to that case. How are you, as someone so involved in this space, reflecting on O.J. Simpson's passing?
You know, that's a good question, and I remember that trial very well. I was in college. It was obviously the talk of the country. It's an infamous case, but back then and even now, how many years later, what got lost, I think, was the fact that he was an abuser. He was a known abuser. There were police frequently called to his home. There were pictures that were beamed all over regarding Nicole Brown Simpson's injuries. And then at some point, we shifted and really lost the fact that that's what this is all steeped in. Ava and I, in our roles at the Family Justice Center, have the privilege of being part of the Hope Alliance. We were part of a training for the last 6 weeks regarding domestic violence, but specifically about strangulation. And it was there that they actually brought up O.J. Simpson about 2 weeks ago. And they talked about the fact that they were professional and experts during that trial, and they could quickly see it was losing its luster because nothing was really being addressed about domestic violence. It took so many twists and turns, took so many different pivots away from the fact that this was born out of domestic violence and it ended in domestic violence.
Ava, you're a domestic violence survivor.
Yes.
When you think about O.J. Simpson and this case, can that be triggering for people? And what would you say to people who are watching for whom this is a very unpleasant thing to even hear discussed?
Yes, it absolutely can be triggering. It's also an opportunity for us to discuss our agency and our services, and survivors are listening. And so it's really important to, regardless of how you feel about someone, if domestic violence is a part of their history, that's what we want to focus on and let survivors know that there are resources, that we are going to believe you. Someone who hasn't come forward yet, they're going to listen to these conversations and know, okay, is this someone I can come to when I really need to? Are they going to believe me? So it's really important to keep that into focus.
Yeah, important to use this moment as an opportunity to talk about something so important. In the little bit of time I have left, Catherine, tell me about, you were saying, I mean, the trends in our community with domestic violence are not great.
Right. So that's something that we're really studying closely. The strangulation cases that we have seen in 2023 closed in at close to 500 strangulation cases.
Wow.
Why this matters is that it's the most lethal form, it's one of the most lethal forms of domestic violence. A one-time strangulation increases the chance of homicide by 750%. So we're seeing a significant uptick in these very severe and extreme cases. We are well prepared and poised to be able to manage and to support these types of domestic violence incidences and situations. But no question, we are partnering with other agencies to really sort of sound the alarm bells that there is hope, but there is a need to absolutely address the increase in these types of cases.
Catherine and Ava from the Family Justice Center, impossible to talk about the life and legacy of O.J. Simpson without having this conversation. So thanks to both of you for coming in.
We appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you.